G'day everyone. Today I'm just bringing you a quick news update on two topics. One, the World of Tanks Asia Q1 infographic just came out. It's just a bunch of stats, nerdy stuff really. Just going to quickly run over it. Secondly, the most important thing is there was a massive buff to the defending side on Frontline, and I'll go over those in more detail just after we have a quick look at this infographic of the first quarter of 2019. So the top three vehicles with the largest number of battles participated were the Scorpion at number 1, then the T-3485M, and then the M44. So I can understand these two because they're premiums, and there's a world of premiums is something that gets swung around a lot, but the M44 is a strange one. Yeah, because it's one, it's an SPG, and two, it's not a premium. In fourth was the AMX ELC BIS, the Progetto M53 Mod 46 was in fifth, and the Panzer Kampfwagen 4 Osthesh, which is Tier 5 German medium tank. Yeah, the one with the derp gun. Yeah, so they're all quite close stats going up, except the Scorpion was almost 400,000 times more played than the second place tank. Total number of battles was 73 million. The top winning streak by I think any one player was 48, and that was from Hong Kong IP. Second was Japan with 47. 42nd was also from Japan in third. Fourth was 41 from Korea. Fifth was 39, also from Japan. So Australia, you got to lift your game. New Zealand, what are you doing? And Singapore was also like, come on, we've been beaten. Top three vehicles with the most 3 marks of excellence. I doubt this is earned during the first quarter, but because these stats are actually quite high for that to be the case. The AMX LC BIS, which is not a premium, 6,749 players. Second was the VK 1602 Leopard, and here's the Tier 5 German derp gun that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, there's no way these are first quarter stats, these are overall stats, they have to be. Fourth was the T-3485M, fifth was the T-67, and the M4 Sherman was in 6th, also probably using a derp gun. Record of vehicles researched by commanders in quarter 1 was 199 China. Right. So I don't get this one. Record of vehicles researched by a commander in quarter 1. The record was, oh, I get it. So everything was researched by China. That was the highest number by anyone. Oh yeah, this is not. Oh, it's from China. So the player who researched the most vehicles in quarter 1, he got 199 vehicles. Second was Taiwan with 151. Third was China again with 140. Fourth was China again with 134. And fifth was a Japan player with 133. Total distance traveled 86 trillion. Is that trillion or is that million? No, it's billion. 86 million kilometers. Dude. Dude. The most experience and credits earned in a battle. Australia, the highest credit gain, this would be base, was 145. And that was from an Australian player. Second was 145 also, but just missing out from Korea. A little bit lower on 144 from Vietnam, 138 from Japan, and then fifth was 136 from Korea. So these are all very close. That's without boosters or anything, I would assume. The highest experience gained in one battle. These are without doubles, without anything, just base experience. The top was a Chinese player, 2,435. 2,340 in second from Australia, 2,303 from Taiwan, 2,288 from China, and in fifth was 2,284 Vietnam and Australia. So it was obviously a two-way tie, or maybe the player was in two different locations. No, that can't be right. Nah, you couldn't have been in two different. It must have been a draw. Total number of credits earned. Well, that's a billion. That's a million, billion, 1 trillion, 100 billion. That's incredible. You could purchase 2,265,441,000 binocular telescopes with those stats. Damn. Okay. So that was the infographic for the first quarter on the Asia server. Now let's quickly go to the nerfs and buffs to Frontline episode 3. Now I did say in my last news video that nothing had changed. I was wrong. This news hadn't come out yet. I should have waited 2 hours because it popped up literally that long after. These issues were directed at the defensive side. If teams were good enough when they were attacking, they could exploit so many different things to the defenders that it was just unfair. It just became that way, and with the introduction of the EBRs and a lot of people being very skilled in their LTs, just in general, they were able to sneak through the lines and take out turrets too easily. Also, capping was too fast on a lot of capture points like B and A in particular. D was another one. It just made it really, really difficult to stop them if the team was well organised, which mostly wasn't the case, but when it happened it was very frustrating because there's nothing you could do against it. Tank commanders, they've been on the ropes for too long. It's time for the defenders to strike back. After lots of careful analysis, we've decided to introduce a few small tweaks to Frontline episode 3 exclusively for the Asia server that will hopefully create new opportunities for the defending team and promote a more balanced and dynamic gameplay experience. Read on to find out more about what you can expect. These are the dates, so it should be live right now. It'll go for 7 days and finish on the 22nd of April. That's how you get to Frontline. Just click on random, go to Frontline, blah blah blah. Improved pillbox armor. Now this was the exploit. Turret 3 and 4 could be exploited using long range heat or APCR or heat shells. You could hit the side of the cannons from the spawn that's just in front of F. You could hit the 4th cannon, and the hill which just in front of, in between D and E, you could shoot the 3rd cannon, and it was being exploited too often. If players knew about it, it was the first thing they went to do. Jump in a Scorpion, jump in a Su 1:30 PM, and you could take out that turret in literally 60 seconds easily. And there was nothing the enemy could do about it, the defenders could do about it. Decreased base capture speed. All units stand to repel the enemy invasion in Zone B. To cool the attacking team's tracks a little, base capture speeds will now receive a smaller bonus from the Engineering Combat Reserve, as follows. Levels 1 and 2, 1.5 base experience capture speed, previously was 1.6. Levels 3 and 4, 1.7 times, previously was 1.8. Level 5 is now 1.8, previously was twice the speed. So that's a bit of a nerf for the attackers. It'll now be harder to capture B and maybe A. I mean, you can stop A quite reliably if you know what you're doing, but it was still, A was the second weakest in regards to that. But B will definitely be a longer fight now. Recalibrated airstrikes. Pesky attackers moving in on our bases interrupt that capture and thwart their plans. The airstrike combat reserve would will now do more reliable splash damage within its radius of effect when deployed, but in exchange, its penetration will decrease. This is great for tank destroyers with no armor, because you would literally lose about 800 HP from something that is not meant to deal that much damage. Our scouts report that episode 4 will be taking place from 13th May till the 20th of May. So be sure to save the date. Check out the full list of rewards and details for this game mode. Yep, we've already been there, everyone knows about that. And as always, your favourite community contributors will be streaming live from the battlefield with their helpful tips and exciting battles. So take a look at the schedule below to tune in. I had a look at the schedule and there's only one person. So it looks as though none of the community contributors have decided to put their name down, or it just hasn't been decided yet. So that'll happen with Conan, Wargaming Fun with Frontline featuring Conan, who is our administrator at the moment. That'll be on the 17th of April at 1900 UTC plus 8. So this last bit confused me a little bit. Our scouts report that episode 4 will be taking place. I don't know why they mentioned this. Hopefully it's not because these buffs aren't going to be in this episode. But yeah, I doubt. No. Let's just take that back. I don't know why they mentioned episode 4, but yeah, episode 3 definitely going to have these changes in. And I look forward to them because it's much needed. The attackers were exploiting so many weaknesses. And especially when light tanks got through the lines, they were able to kill turrets. They were able to get 2 or 3 shots on the cannons while they were driving towards the back of the cannon. Now they'll no longer deal that 800 damage before they get there. They have to go to the back, and it'll also make them load gold if they want to shoot the side of the turret before they get to the back of the turret, which is also a good thing because the light tanks, especially with the EBRs introduced, they were dealing a lot of damage from the side, and their flanking abilities were just too devastating in some cases. So I hope that sums it all up in a nutshell. Those are the 2 topics I wanted to cover, and I hope to bring you more news in the future. If you like this video, click like, subscribe if you want to see some more content. I have uploaded Monday mediums today, so that will be up. That should already be up, and yeah, I'll see you next time.